Hey Cross Park, this video today is to help orient you a bit to our fall schedule. We have three new things I want to talk about in this video: a new schedule, new input, and new groups. First, a new schedule. We are now moving to Sunday school at 9:30 and the worship service at 10:30. We've been having worship at 9:30 here in recent weeks to beat the heat in the late summer. Now we will have Sunday school at 9:30 and church at 10:30 because we have new input. Sunday school is new. We haven't done Sunday school since COVID began, so we're excited to add it back into our mix. I do encourage you to look at the email that contained this video link. There are graphics and a map explaining what I'm about to say, and they will help you figure out where your classes are. So 0 to 3-year-olds are going to be in our main building, in the small room there in the nursery, which is called Magnolia. Secondly, 4-year-olds through first graders are going to be down in the Maple Cabin, which if you look on your map is labeled number 8. 2nd through 5th graders are going to be in the Poplar Cabin, which is labeled number 7. These two cabins are not very far from our worship space. They're just a short walk down the exit road. Youth Sunday School will be meeting in that large room in Magnolia, and Adult Sunday School will be meeting in Sycamore, which is the building adjacent to our main building. For both youth and adults, our fall Sunday school series is going to be called What Do You Believe? A study of the Apostles' Creed. So it's a great opportunity to reconnect with what the church has long believed, what we have understood God to be revealing about himself in the Bible, and how we've summarized it and how that's important and helpful to us. So I encourage you to come join us. This week I'll kick off our teaching, What Do You Believe? A study of the Apostles' Creed. So again, youth and adults will both be studying the same basic content. Now, if you're not totally sure where to find these various things I've mentioned, again, you can refer to the map in this email, or on Sunday morning, when you click on the link and go to the worship page, the map will be at the top of that page. Or if you go today, crossparkchurch.org/worship, you'll see the same graphic, that same map is available there. Or if you just show up Sunday morning, look for anyone near the worship space and we'll be very glad to point you in the right direction for your various class needs. So that's part of our new input. The other piece of our new input that I wanted to mention to you is we have a new sermon series this fall called The Fifth Gospel, the Book of Isaiah. The Book of Isaiah is a large and fascinating book. It's very important to the shape of the overall Bible, both because it is quoted oftentimes later in the text, but also because it so clearly reveals much that we need to know about Jesus. So we're going to be in different spots in Isaiah. We're going to be sort of moving around a bit, but with a focus on the second half, ultimately, of the book of Isaiah. This week, though, we are starting in chapter 6, which is a really well-known passage in Isaiah. It kind of summarizes the plight that God's people are in the first 5 chapters of the book, and then speaks of how God will respond to that situation. We will also use this Sunday's sermon as an opportunity to remind ourselves what the mission and vision of Cross Park Church are. Finally, we also have new groups for you to join at Cross Park. We've been talking about these now for several weeks. Hopefully you've heard about them. If you're watching this video, chances are very high you've already seen some of our content. But just in case you haven't, we have 3 different kinds of groups. Women's groups, men's groups, and life groups. These are all called Thrive groups. We want you to thrive in the gospel. And we understand that people need to figure out the best fit for themselves. So we have men's groups, women's groups, life groups, and you can join whichever of those fit your needs personally. Now, you may be aware of these groups, but if you haven't registered your interest by signing up, check your email. Look in recent days for the Thrive group emails, and there are links you can click on, fill out a quick form to register your interest. Do that ASAP because these groups are starting in the next week. Also, you can always grab me, and grab Trish for women's groups, Tyler for men's groups, or Patrick for life groups, and we're glad Sunday morning to bring you some clarity. So, lots of new stuff happening at Cross Park, a new schedule, new input, and new groups. We're excited to see what God will do as you join us. So grab an umbrella, looks like you may need it, and join us Sunday morning at 9:30 for Sunday school and 10:30 for for worship. See you then.